Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Max24, and it has been a long time since we've done one of these, like a long time, but welcome back to another Weekly Gamer, the show where I tell you all of the interesting weekly gaming news that happened over the week. You let me know what things you found interesting in the comments below and all that jazz. Again, it's been a long time since we've done this, so I'm a little rusty on this whole Weekly Gamer thing, but we're just going to jump right into it. Before we do that, please always remember to drop a like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, you know, all the fun stuff us YouTubers tell you guys to do. Follow me on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I have most on Twitter and sometimes on Facebook, barely on Instagram. Follow me, started me here. And with that, let's get into the Weekly Gaming news. So we're going to start off with a big piece of news that broke this week, near the beginning of the week, kind of last week. Take-Two buys Zynga for $12.7 billion. That's a lot of money. That's more money than I know how to count, right? I can barely count to 10, and me just thinking $12.7 billion? That's huge. This is the largest video game acquisition in history. That's as bigger than the Microsoft and ZeniMax/Bethesda deal. Seriously. Imagine that. Zynga is a mobile company. They make mobile games. They made Farmville. They make games like that. Bethesda makes huge open world single player RPGs. And that company was bought for way less than what Zynga was bought for. It kind of shows you where the money is in the gaming industry now. And it's kind of sad to see that mobile games are just doing a lot better. But Zynga makes all the mobile trash that you know, alright, the Farmville games like that, the clicking games, the microtransaction heavy games. Take-Two are the company that owns Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead, Borderlands, Firaxis, which they do Civilization and XCOM and stuff, the NBA 2K series, of course, the PGA 2K series, a lot of games, a lot of big name games that make a lot of money. Well, now with Zynga underneath their banner, expect a lot of mobile games in these franchises, right? Expect a mobile Borderlands, expect a mobile Red Dead, expect a mobile Civ, all right? Expect all these, and they're going to be filled to the brim with microtransactions, which is going to be great. Love that for the gaming industry, all right? More microtransactions, why not? Give us all the microtransactions now, because that's what we need. That's what the gaming industry is really missing at this point, is just all of the microtransactions, because we just love microtransactions as gamers. We just love them so much, right? We love giving them our credit card number. So, you know what? I'm just going to email Take-Two my credit card number at this point. They want to go buy something. They want to go buy a new yacht. Here, take my credit card information. There you go. Done. That's what they want at this point, all right? We're going to open up these mobile Red Dead games, and it's going to be like, input your credit card number, and that's it. And then they're just gonna charge me for every bullet I shoot out of the gun. That's what's going to happen. Now, I say it as a joke because, you know, it's so outrageous and wild. Why would that ever happen? But I think Take-Two just got a bunch of ideas from me, so I'm sorry about that. In other news, the Xbox One was quietly discontinued in 2020. That's right, they just kind of pushed it off to the side. I mean, why would they keep making Xbox Ones with the Xbox Series S and X out there? I mean, there is that shortage and everything. But no, they just kind of quietly canceled the Xbox One, put it off to the side. They were like, Xbox One, what was that? They tried to distance themselves from it, which is kind of sad because I had some good memories from the Xbox One. I bought it right when it came out. I was not scared away by the TV stuff. I actually used the Kinect to say Xbox on and Xbox show me TVs. I was one of the few people who actually used it. So, kind of sad that era's over, but yeah, they were quick. They quick out the door. Xbox Series X is out. Okay, bye-bye Xbox One. Xbox 360 is still kicking around. Well, it was, but they have just shut down the Halo servers for all the Xbox 360 Halo games. That's sad. A lot of good memories were made on Halo 2, Halo 3 multiplayer, but, you know, it makes sense. Xbox 360 has been out of the market for a while. The Master Chief Collection is out there, so everybody can play those Halo games online, just not through the Xbox 360. They play it through the Xbox One or the PC. So it makes sense that they would shut those down. It's just kind of sad to see it go. Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox, went on record saying that the Xbox is not a free speech platform. Now, what does this mean? This means that their platform is specifically made for gaming and entertainment, which makes sense. You buy an Xbox to play games and entertain yourself. You don't buy it for other reasons. But it's not intended as a political tool, and they're not open to all sorts of social discourse. So they're just there to entertain you, to entertain the gamer. They're not there for you to engage in these huge political debates or anything. They're moderators. They're in control of what you say on here. And that makes sense. It's their platform. It's their closed platform. They created it for gamers. They're going to keep it with gamers. There's no reason to fill it with things like Facebook has and Twitter deals with. Sony is making PlayStation 4s throughout 2022 to deal with the PS5 shortage. That makes sense, right? PS5 shortage is going on, so they're just going to churn out PlayStation 4s. PlayStation 4s are made with lesser parts, of course. PlayStation 5 is made with higher-end chips. And there's a shortage on those chips due to a lot of reasons, due to cryptocurrency miners, due to the short supply chain shortages, due to all the GPUs that are trying to get it, due to all the consoles that are trying to get it, all right? There's a big chip shortage, so they're going to make some PS4s to counteract that now. That's good in theory for now, but once those PS5 only games start coming out, then you're going to look pretty sad that you bought a PS4, aren't you? Yeah. And it's kind of funny because at the same time Xbox One is discontinued, the Sony is churning out the PlayStation 4 still. In other Sony news, PlayStation VR2 was announced. That's right, the sequel to the PlayStation VR. And guess what it's called? PlayStation VR2. Real clever. You know, they took them a while, probably 20 focus groups to figure out that title. Real clever. But it's gonna be the next generation of VR gaming on PS5, which is pretty great. All right, I've not gotten to VR myself. I'm not a big VR person. All right, it's cool in theory, but I'm not jumping on board on that hype train just yet. But the PSVR2 has OLED screen, which is really nice. Everyone loves OLED. Everyone's talking about OLED. It's got the resolution is wild. 2000 by 2040 per eye. That is per eye. That's almost 4K gaming per eye. Your eyes are just being shoved into these screens, like huge, amazing resolution. All right, 110 degree field of view and 90 to 120 hertz refresh rate. So these are pretty powerful VR machine. All right, it's gonna do what you want. Now, as far as games coming out for it, there's got to be some good games for it. Otherwise, it's gonna be dead on arrival. All right, VR is only as good as the games that are made for it. And so far, VR is still a niche market. It still is, all right? There's not a lot of big games coming out that have VR in mind. There are VR modes in games, like the Hitman VR. I think Star Wars Squadrons had VR. There's, a Horizon VR game coming out. But it's still a niche market. So if they have some amazing games coming out, then maybe this will be my chance to be like, maybe I'd pick up a VR. But right now, I'm not really on that hype train. In sad news, the in-person E3 is canceled. Makes sense, with the Omicron variant going out there. COVID's still a big thing in 2022. We're 3 years into our 2-week lockdown, so it's great. Love that. But the in-person E3 has been canceled, and the online event, they're working out the details, trying to figure out what it's going to look like. Hopefully it's better than last year's online event. I love E3. I've loved E3. All right, I went there for 3 years when it was in person, and then it's not been in person since. But those 3 years I went, I absolutely loved. I loved seeing all the booths. I loved seeing all the games. I loved watching all the press conferences. I loved listening to people just talk, all right? I loved the E3 environment. So I'm really hoping that this is not the end of in-person E3. I'm really scared it is the end of in-person E3 because it's just keeps happening. It keeps happening, all right? Digital only. And then Jeff Keighley has his Summer Game Fest going on. So I think that E3 as we know it is coming to an end, and that makes me sad because I really enjoyed the in-person E3. I enjoyed that entire environment, and I think an online E3 really loses that aspect. Sure, a lot of gamers couldn't care less if it's in person or online. All they care about is the press conferences and the announcements. Sure, that makes sense. But the in-person E3 does lose the whole networking opportunity for game developers, all right? You go there, they have their meeting rooms, you set up meetings, you do networking opportunities. Indie developers get to show off their games to the bigwigs. It's like a huge business part. That's the thing with E3, it's a business conference. So having a digital-only version of that loses that aspect for a lot of people, that networking opportunity. And just the environment, being able to celebrate video games with a bunch of people in person, you don't get to do that with a digital event, so it's sad. Again, it makes sense that it was canceled this year because of COVID again, but I'm just hoping that once COVID is no longer a thing, once we're, free from this never-ending disease, that we can go back to in-person E3. I don't think we'll be able to, but I really hope we can. In more sad news, NFTs everyone loves NFTs. All right, what could go wrong with NFTs? You know, everybody wants to get their hands on an NFT. That's just what people want to do. GameStop and Konami are investing in NFTs. That's great. You know, GameStop, you just keep digging your hole. Okay, yep, yeah, NFTs make sense. Konami, I don't think anybody really cares about you anymore ever since, you know, you just screwed up everything. So, I good job for you, both of you. You know, high five, claps all around. NFTs, go get them. One surprising thing is Troy Baker, a huge popular voice actor in the gaming industry. Most of you will probably know him as Joel in The Last of Us. He is a huge popular actor. He has an NFT partnership now. So, didn't see that one coming. That was not on my 2022 bingo card, but here we go. Troy Baker, NFT partnership. He has partnered with VoiceVerse NFT. VoiceVerse NFT sells voices to people. NFT voices. That's cool. Okay, you can own an NFT of Troy Baker's voice, I guess. I guess that's the thing. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why does everybody want NFTs? No. Why is this a thing? NFTs, that's all I hear. I go on social media and it's NFT. Oh my gosh, NFT. Oh my, here's an NFT. Oh, you want an NFT? Oh, look at these NFTs. Oh, they're ruining the environment. Oh, all this fun stuff. And now Troy Baker, he's doing an NFT. I liked you, Troy. I did. Why'd you partner with the NFT company? What's going on, Troy? Troy, you good? You're not making enough money as a voice actor, Troy? Come on. Let's just next time, just do what everybody else does and start not an OnlyFans, but you could do an OnlyFans. You know, that's one route to make some money, or just do what everybody else does and make like a Patreon or something. All right, don't do NFTs. Seriously, why No, stop it, Troy. Look at me, Troy Baker. If you're watching this, look at me. Stop it. No NFTs. No. Stop it. You end that partnership right now. Everybody who's thinking about NFTs, look at me. Dead in the eye. No NFTs. Stop it. I don't want any NFTs, all right? Ubisoft, I'm looking at you. GameStop, Konami, stop it. And then I guess the final news of the week will end on a happy note because there's a lot of bad news this week. Some interesting news, but a lot of sad news. So we'll end on a happy note. Well, a funny note. It's not really a happy note for the people involved, but it's a funny note. A couple LAPD officers got fired for playing Pokemon Go. Yep, that's right. They were on patrol. They were playing Pokemon Go, and there was a robbery happening. And they were like, no, we're not going to go help this robbery. We got a Snorlax to catch. Well, that's not really what happened. They were in their car, and the robbery was happening at a mall. And they were like, we're not going. And then the recorded audio in the car was like, overheard them talking about catching a Snorlax. So they went to one place, they caught a Snorlax, then they went to another place and caught another Pokemon. Imagine getting fired for playing Pokemon Go. All right, that'd just be sad, honestly, for you to get fired for playing Pokemon Go, especially as a LAPD officer. You know, you look the other way from a mall robbery because you gotta catch a Snorlax. I mean, I admire that. All right, I admire the dedication to Pokemon Go that takes to risk your job just to catch a Snorlax. But yeah, it's interesting. All right, I wonder what Niantic thinks about this. I wonder if we're gonna see some Pokemon Go policies change or something. No people can play this while they're at work. I wonder. All right. Yeah, that's it for Weekly Gamer this week. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if I missed any really good news stories that I should talk about in the comments below, all right? I can't get to everything. I only get to things I care about. But if there was something that you were like, oh my gosh, this happened and you didn't talk about it, well, just put that in the comments below, all right? I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, you know, all that jazz, all that fun stuff us YouTubers tell you guys to do. Follow me on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I love most on Twitter, sometimes on Facebook, barely on Instagram. Follow me on Spaces. And if you want really fast, short-form content, like 24/7, not really 24/7, but like a lot, follow me on TikTok, all right? I got a big following there, so go head over to TikTok. But I hope you enjoyed again. I'm going to say that again. And I hope to see you in the next video.